in my circle? Who the one who be the snakes? Who gon' fold up under pressure? Who gon' understand the stakes? Who gon' wait to get their food to try to take from off my plate? Who the love? Who gon' understand I'm hurt? Who gon' love me unconditionally and try and make it work? Who gon' party once I'm gone and shed a tear once I'm in dirt? I ain't asking for too much, I'm trying to understand my worth.
Welcome to the next episode of Give Me My Crown podcast.
Give Me My Crown podcast.
We back at y'all with another episode of the recap of college football playoffs and also the NFL playoffs. Kind of interesting weekend last weekend, and this weekend, or today, we're going into the national championship.
Yes.
So as we know, it's going to be Notre Dame, Ohio State. Last week, Ohio State beat out Texas. Notre Dame beat out Penn State.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Just got to check on you, man. Got to check on you.
Notre Dame played good defense. And then, of course, what did Penn State start doing that threw the game away? I called it. They start passing the ball.
Yep.
And, of course, that's when they threw the interception, and that eventually caused them the game.
Yeah.
The Ohio State game was a lot closer than I expected it to be. But Ohio State still played a good game. I think tonight we got Ohio State, Notre Dame. Who do you think wins that game?
So the game was close to Ohio State. The reason why I think Ohio State wins is because, Texas took away Jeremiah Smith for a little bit. They ran zone, and then the quarterback, he ate that zone alive. So they've proven they can win either way. Tonight, I think the running backs actually show up.
Yeah, and I think Ohio State, if Ohio State plays a complete game, it's going to be hard for Notre Dame to beat them.
Yep, because Notre Dame can't score with Ohio State. That's the problem.
Correct, because Notre Dame has a great defense. But like you said, Notre Dame, if it's a scoring battle, Notre Dame won't be able to keep up.
Yes.
Because they got good players on offense, but they don't have Ohio State players on offense. Ohio State, you got Judkins, Henderson, Jeremiah Smith. So any of them could get off at any moment.
Exactly.
So I think that's where the problem is going to come in at. Unless
Henderson changed that Texas game.
Yes.
When he got that long screen pass run.
Yep.
That changed the entire game.
Yep. So unless for whatever reason Notre Dame's defense can shut down Ohio State, I think Ohio State will take it.
I got to ask this question. We ain't get to talk about it last week. Does that game change if Arch is in the game for Texas?
I think Arch had a fumble in that game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but I'm talking about his moment. No. I'm talking about his quarterback, though. You got to be in rhythm in sports. You can't just
the whole game. I don't know if it changes or not.
Okay.
I don't know. Well, we're gonna see next year how Texas is next year.
That's true, and they bring back most of the team. So
because it's gonna be his team next year. Yeah. They're losing their receiver though, Isaiah Bond.
That's fast though.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see what they do next year.
Yeah.
Ohio State. I think it's going to be interesting next year too, because I think they're getting most of their players back, if I'm not mistaken.
The quarterback, I think, is a senior.
Oh, is he? Okay.
I think he's a senior. So I think
he's leaving. So it'll be interesting to see who they start at quarterback next year. Because obviously we know Jeremiah Smith is coming back, and they're obviously going to get some players out of the transfer portal. So it'll be interesting to see who they get from the portal.
Yeah. Because
with all these NIL deals, you got players coming out of high school getting $12 million deals to go to Michigan. So it ain't no telling what somebody's going to offer him. Then Carson Beck just got what, $8 million? Was it $8 million or $6 million to go down to Miami?
Yep.
So at this point, there's no telling what's going to happen. I think that was smart for Carson Beck, though. Carson Beck needs another year because he had a horrible year this year.
Yeah, he did.
And plus, he ended with the injury. So I think if he wants to be a top quarterback, I think coming back for another year was smart for him.
Does he fit Miami, though?
I think he can fit because I think he can because he can use his feet when or he can use his legs when needed.
Okay.
So, but it's going to be interesting to see who they bring back next year, and if they get anybody else from the transfer portal.
It's crazy with this whole transfer portal, right? You don't know what team's going to look like year to year.
Yes, essentially, it's like it's almost like looking at the It's almost like looking at college basketball with the one and done. You got one team this year, the next you got a completely different team.
But that's true. But to me, it's free agency, man.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah.
Especially all this money that they're getting in the portal.
Yep.
So another question with Tennessee having the number 1 overall pick, do you think they pick Shador, Cam, or do you think they trade that pick and trade down?
Let's get good. So the other day you text me some of the best information I've seen all week.
Yeah, so
go ahead, tell the people.
There has been talk, I don't know, serious talk. I've been seeing it here and there online about the Cowboys trading, or about the Titans,
yes,
trading away their pick and essentially to the Cowboys, which would then get them, or the Cowboys would trade Dak and I guess some picks to get the first overall pick, and then obviously they would bring in Dion, which they would then pick Shador.
Okay, I'm gonna throw it out there because I've been reading too. Ever since you said it, I've been looking it up. What I saw was Dak the first round pick and the second round pick.
I saw that.
We can unload that contract.
Yep.
And I'll give up my first and my second for 1 year.
Yes.
Right. Then turn around, you get a rookie quarterback, and you got a ton of money to spend for agencies. If Tennessee's gonna eat that, if they're gonna eat that whole contract, I'm fine with it. Take it.
Yeah, because I don't know. I think at this point, I wonder how much of that Jerry Jones that dead cap Jerry Jones would eat in order just to get Dion, because if he knows if he gets Dion, that team changes.
But Jerry loves his players too much, right? So he's not gonna want to. He signed Dak. He's not gonna want to part with Dak. He'll be like, "Well, I believe in Dak." He's gonna say something like that. So I think that's what messes it up. So any other GM makes this trade.
If the Titans stay number 1, who do you think they pick?
If they smart, Cam Ward.
I think so too.
Because they need a lot of pieces. Shador needs a O-line.
Yeah, Shador needs because Shador needs an O-line. Shador he can use his legs when needed, but Shador is a passing quarterback.
He's similar to Jaden Daniels to me.
Yes.
If I had to have a comparison, it's Jaden Daniels.
Yes, because
he can run, but he chooses not to a lot of times.
But Shador is not as fast as Jaden Daniels either.
No, that's true. Yeah.
So I think Cam is more of an improviser.
That's true.
He plays more like Cam Newton.
Whoa! Stop.
He does. Think about how Cam.
Right now he a poor man Cam Newton. Just gonna put it like that. Got stop throwing out because his name Cam. Got to say Cam Ward, Cam W something. Don't put it out there like he Cam Newton. Then
I'm not saying he's Cam Newton. I say he plays like Cam Newton.
Right, got you. Okay.
Where he will run the ball. He's a passing first quarterback, but he will run the ball. He will not hesitate if he needs to.
Yes.
So I think it'll be interesting, and I think it'll be. I think if they pick Cam Ward, I think Shador goes. I'm guessing goes to the Giants, but then again, who knows?
Honestly, man, I think we're doing Travis Hunter a disservice. He should be number 1 overall, regardless of if I need a quarterback or not. I could draft a quarterback in later rounds. I'll take Travis Hunter. To me, is a generational talent.
Yeah, but if I'm the Titans, I don't pick. Me personally, I'm not picking Travis Hunter over a quarterback when you've needed a quarterback for you've needed a quarterback for multiple years now.
They can't develop a quarterback though.
But look who they had. They had Will Levis. Will Levis was not.
They had Malik Willis.
They did, but look at that quarterback class that came out though.
But
that quarterback.
You chose to keep Will Levis and let Malik Willis go. Because Malik Willis look like he can be at least a serviceable quarterback. Will Levis does not look serviceable in my opinion.
No, he doesn't. But that quarterback class in general was was weak because I don't think a quarterback went in that class until second or third round.
I get what you're saying. I'm just saying certain teams can't develop quarterbacks.
I agree with that. Me personally, I would not pick if I 100% need a quarterback and my quarterback is Will Levis. I wouldn't pick Travis Hunter over Cam Ward simply because at that point, who's going to get the ball to Travis Hunter?
I mean, okay, you have a run game, O-line, Travis Hunter. Hey, Travis, you're only playing corner this year. You're not playing no receiver because we're going to protect you a little bit. Like, you got to make a big – if I can't develop a quarterback, right, I can –
Your offense is still trash, though, at that point.
Okay. So you're gonna get Cam Ward, right? And he's going to get killed. And then he's going to go somewhere else and look great.
They'll probably get O-line and they'll probably get some O-line in free agency or from trade because they got a decent receiving game. They got Tony Pollard.
If anybody can understand this, right, it should be you.
They got Calvin Ridley. Now I don't know how much he has left in the tank, but he didn't play horrible this year. Huh?
Took a whole year off. They can get the ball. So took a whole year off.
They got Tony Pollard at running back. I don't know how long they're going to stick with him, but still they got him.
Well.
I know that's what I'm saying. He did pretty good. How long did he sign? He signed a 2 or 3 year contract, I think.
Yeah, it was something like that.
So it'll be interesting to see. And then even with the Giants, it's like the Giants started playing decent towards the end of the year with Drew Lock.
That's true.
So it almost makes you think like, hey, are they 100% set on Shador?
I think they are.
Or would they trade down or trade down for something else? Or would they trade up to try to get Cam Ward? Or do they think the Titans are going to take the quarterback they want? So it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out the next couple of months.
There's a lot of scenarios.
Yes. So let's switch over to the NFL. So obviously the championship games, we have the Eagles and the Commanders, and we also have the Bills and the Chiefs. Who do you think the Bills, or do you think the Chiefs, do you think the Texans got cheated in that game the other day?
I've seen this a couple of times. I ain't gonna get fined by NFL, but I'm gonna say this, man. I'm a Mahomes fan. I like Patrick Mahomes. I think Patrick Mahomes is a great quarterback. Do I feel like they get assisted by the referees? Yes. You can't beat both zebras, the referees and Patrick Mahomes. That's what they say. Can't beat both zebras. Because there was some questionable calls in that game. There's like blatantly questionable.
I agree. But I think who do you have between the Bills and the Chiefs?
Kansas City. I honestly think at this point, Kansas City three-peats.
You think so?
Yep.
I think it depends on where are they playing at. First
Kansas
of all,
City.
They're playing in Kansas City.
It's a matchup problem.
Huh?
To me, this is a matchup problem because Josh Allen can't run up the middle in this game at all. Chris Jones is there.
That's true.
He's stuck to run to the outside because the middle you got Nick Bolton and you got Nick Bolton, the linebacker, and you got Chris Jones in the middle. Nick Bolton runs like a 4.4 40, so he can run his lateral, like running sideline. Is going to be perfect for this game. It's just a matchup problem.
I think another issue I see though is I think the Chiefs have had with home field advantage. They have had the advantage for a while now. They've had the advantage because obviously because it gets cold down there. So, and I'm not talking about like crowd. I'm talking about like weather-wise.
Yeah.
So they're playing in the cold. So a lot of teams that have come to them aren't used to playing in the cold, but the Bills are. So I don't think the weather will play as much of a factor this week than it has in the past.
But will help them though.
What?
They said something during that game, and I was like, I had to go back and try to figure out the schedule, how this worked. Kansas City's been out for 3 weeks.
I know.
So they've got fully healthy.
Yep.
Because, they had Hollywood Brown in this game. I'm like, okay, we ain't seen that much. The only player they ain't got from the beginning of the season is Ray Shea Rice.
Yeah.
But everybody else is back.
Because it was smart on them to sit their players last couple of games too.
Yep.
Because they knew they were in the playoffs at that point.
Yeah.
So at that point there was no need in playing them.
Yeah.
What do you think about So all right, let's backtrack a little bit. Bills and Ravens.
You said Bills and Ravens? Bills and Ravens?
Yeah, the game yesterday.
Okay.
Do you think if Mark Andrews catches that pass, do you think the Bills or do you think the Ravens win, or do you think you think they left the Bills too much time to come down and score?
The Bills what came down and scored. We talking hypothetical, but to me, that game, and I was like, huge. Ravens gonna win this game. Ravens gonna win this game. This Lamar Jackson's year, because if anybody I think could beat the Chiefs, it would have been the Ravens. So I want to say Lamar Jackson. First of all, but sports betting cost me a lot of money. Secondly of all, come on, man, you got to win the big games. The first drive of the game, I said, okay, Lamar Jackson came to play.
Yeah, he played great first drive.
The second drive, and I'm like, yo, what? Come on, Lamar.
Yep, because I think a lot of people are giving Mark Andrews too much for dropping the pass. Yes, he dropped the pass. He dropped it in a pivotal moment. But you also had Lamar Jackson fumbled and threw an interception. So you can't talk about Mark Andrews without throwing those two in there.
And they were unwarranted, in my opinion, right? So, the interception, you're literally running the ball down their throat. Why throw the ball?
Yes. And even with the fumble, like he just had the ball out there to fumble.
Yeah.
Like he should have, when he was going down, all he had to do was tuck it. If he would have tucked it, he would have took the sack. But that's it.
He was forcing. He was trying to make too much happen.
Yes, I agree. Let's go over to NFC. Eagles played the Rams yesterday. The problem I see with the Eagles, Saquon Barkley has to be hot. If Saquon Barkley is not hot, Jalen Hurts cannot win the game with his arm.
I don't think Jalen's healthy.
I don't think so either. Well, he
don't look like since the concussion, he hasn't been the same player.
I agree. And you seen yesterday he hurt his knee also, so it's going to be interesting to see how he comes back from that.
The difference making this game is two defensive tackles, Deron Payne and Jonathan Allen.
Yeah.
You got two monsters in the middle for Washington.
Yeah, that's true.
And I'm gonna say this: like, I need my dad on the podcast. I told him, because I'm a Cowboys fan, he's a Commanders fan. I told him before the season started that his team would be in the NFC Championship game. I said they would win the division and they'd be in the NFC Championship. They didn't win the division, but they here. Jaden Daniels is the truth, man. I saw them talking about LSU.
Who did they play? I forgot. They played the
Talking this week?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Because the Eagles played the Rams.
They played the Detroit Lions. Yeah.
They played Detroit. Yeah, so when you got the defense you play the number one or the number one team in the NFC, they played amazing. Defense played good. Offense played good.
You can't do them trick plays in the playoffs.
I mean, one trick play did work. The reverse worked.
The reverse, right? But okay, we see it all the time.
No, that other one, though, that was a horrible
trying to throw the ball 50 yards down the field. Man, come on, man.
That was horrible. He was triple covered. That was horrible. He should have just took the sack at that point.
I'm gonna tell you though, man. When I thought the game was gonna shift, when Teddy Bridgewater came in and got the completion, I said, "Oh yeah, Bridgewater about to revive his career." And then he got the completion, and Jared Goff came back in through interception. I said, "Oh, that's it."
Yep. Because the problem with the Commanders right now is they're playing complete football. Defense is playing good. Offense is playing good. Obviously, you see who calls that fumble.
Let's talk about it. I was going to bring this up on the podcast. Carolina Panthers. They made some horrible decisions in free agency. The last interception, Jeremy Chin.
Yep, I said that from the beginning. Frankie Louvu and Jeremy Chin were they were pivotal to our defense, and
who about to get paid though?
Go. Huh?
Louvu, he about to get paid.
Oh yeah, you ain't got no choice but to pay him at this point.
He bet on himself and he bet right. He about to get paid by Washington or somebody else.
Yep. And so, who do you think wins between the Commanders and the Eagles? Do you think the Commanders take it because of Jalen Hurts? Like you said, he doesn't look healthy. Saquon has to get hot for them to win. Because even if you look at the game with the Rams, if Saquon wouldn't have ran that, if Saquon wouldn't have been hot, that game would have been a whole lot closer.
Yeah. If he hadn't scored the last touchdown, the Rams probably got the ball back.
Yes.
Yeah. You know what, man? Just even though I'm a Cowboys fan, I want to see the Commanders do it. It's been since '91.
I think they're gonna. I think they'll beat the Eagles. I don't know if it'll be as well. See, I don't know because you still got Darius. They got not Darius. So they got Terry McLaurin. Who's playing good right now.
He's playing good.
Bijan Robinson is playing good.
But okay,
Dane Daniels is playing excellent.
I believe all that right. All the Darius Slay hate. Darius Slay been playing great for the Eagles.
He has.
He been shutting people down, bro.
Yeah, so they'll probably put him on Terry McLaurin.
Yeah.
But then you still have other receivers that can catch.
You got Ronnie Brown right now. He out there doing his thing. Zach Ertz at corner. Tight end. Yep. So yeah.
So it'll be interesting. I think me personally, I think it's going to be the Commanders and the Chiefs.
Okay.
Which I think would be a great Super Bowl. I can see any of the teams going now. I think it's going to be a good Super Bowl.
I think
with any of the 4 teams left.
Reason why I think the Chiefs don't make it is a business deal, man. You realize some people watch the Chiefs game just to see Taylor Swift. Like, it's weird.
Oh, yeah.
So I think it incentivizes the NFL to make sure Chiefs are there.
Yeah, and then of course if even though because the scary part about it is they're winning like this, and Patrick Mahomes has not had a great season.
This is probably his worst year.
Yes. So if he plays just remotely good,
yeah.
I mean they're a scary team to deal with.
I agree. Like my man threw a falling down touchdown pass. Like
yes,
he do some stuff. You be like, come on, man, it's crazy. But yeah,
Travis Kelce right now is just he's playing great football right now.
Man, Travis Kelce like Jason Witten out there now.
Yes,
he old, but he just find a way to get open. Yeah,
and their defense is playing good right now.
They really are. Yep.
This is probably. I'm almost able to say this is probably the best defense that Patrick Mahomes has had.
That defense has carried this team a lot.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Because like I said, he hasn't played great this year.
Yeah.
So if he has just imagine if he has a great game and the defense is playing good.
And I will say, I have not seen this year until that Chiefs game, the drop down hip tackle.
Yeah.
Trent McDuffie did that in the game, and they didn't throw a penalty for it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So
I think it's definitely going to be a great weekend for football next weekend. It's going to be definitely some good games.
Yeah.
So we're definitely looking forward to those. It'll be interesting to see if Jaden Daniels, as a rookie quarterback, can make it to the Super Bowl and potentially win the Super Bowl. That'll be interesting.
Do you know how big he will be in the DMV area if he wins a Super Bowl as a rookie?
Oh yeah, his first year, he'll sign one of them Patrick Mahomes deals. A 10-year deal.
Look, this will be the first rookie we see gets an extension at his first year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's going to be interesting. Definitely going to be some interesting football. National championship comes on tonight. Yep. So that'll be interesting to watch. So we'll just have to see what happens in that. And then next weekend, we'll see what happens in the playoffs.
Yes.
And as we say, before we get off every podcast, this is more than a podcast. We're handing out crowns.
Hand them out.
Who the lover, who the hate? Who the realest in my circle? Who the one who be the snakes? Who gon' fold up under pressure? Who gon' understand the stakes? Who gon' wait to get they food to try to take from off my plate? Who the love? Who gon' understand I'm hurt? Who gon' love me unconditionally and try to make it work? Who gon' party once I'm gone and shed a tear once I'm in dirt? I ain't asking for too much, I'm trying to understand my worth.